Hello, hello, and welcome to this live. All right, so I'm outside enjoying the beautiful weather, and thought I would come through and do a Twinflame soulmate, soul connection, soul bond reading, just because there is this energy of something landing, something that's been in the works for a while. Spirit doing a lot of work beneath the surface, and also two people working really hard on themselves and evolving, and a lot of ascension symptoms, but also purification and letting go of the past, working through shadow, working through patterns that don't work for us anymore. And so that's kind of the old narrative, and we are in this energy of kind of waiting to see what's next and deciding what action we want to take moving forward. And since I am outside, just a fair warning, there are 3 dogs here. So they may bark throughout the reading. We'll just pay attention to if and when that happens and take it as a message. But yes, there's a lot of love energy, a lot of connection energy, fated, destined connection, communication, forgiveness. Be a little bit different, but to do something similar, take some time for yourself as well, and get ready for what's next. And I feel like it's going to be really exciting. There might be some twists and turns, but everything that's really been happening, and this evolution of self and clearing old patterns, old thoughts and beliefs, and really getting to know ourselves better, it's all preparing us for something. Our pain has been a catalyst to something, and when you're in that pain, it doesn't feel like it's that valuable at the time because you think you've lost something. That pain is usually associated with loss. But what have you gained in our physical world and the people who we are now, moving into the future here with those lessons learned and that pain used as a catalyst for something in the future? So hopefully the connection, we'll say Wi-Fi connection, to specify, stays good enough while I'm out here on the patio. You guys let me know if it doesn't, and let's kind of dive in. I want to see what the union energies are first, and then I pulled for masculine, feminine, but we are in a union energy, so this can apply to yourself. It can apply, either energies can actually apply to you, so it'll be up to you to discern which is which. But there are messages coming through really powerfully and strongly from someone out there who, you have a very strong connection, and there's something there, whether it's coming in, whether it's going, or kind of both. There's this beautiful energy of connection and peace. There's just this energy of peace that wants to come forward. And we just had 333 on the timestamp. So that's a message for someone. So we had this last week for the masculine. This is the raccoon, the inventor. Decide on what you really want. You have the ingenuity to claim it. Avoid being the trickster and practice integrity. You have many roles and can juggle them well. So this might be for some of you who feel like you are, Jack or Jill of all trades, but you haven't really mastered a niche yet, and you're really hoping, maybe you're an entrepreneur, I have had a lot of ideas, but nothing has really come to fruition in the way you have seen it for yourself. So this one is saying there's more coming. In terms of inspiration, aha moments, ideas, epiphanies, those miracle moments. Maybe you're collaborating with others too, or you're talking with others, socializing a little bit more after a hermit energy of, taking some you time, focusing on you, prioritizing what you want in life and moving forward. But this one is saying, once you've decided what you want, once you've prioritized and committed to what you want, whether that's, work, family, love, romance, commitment, entrepreneur, business, once you've decided, now it's time to take action. Hey, Jocelyn, how you doing? I know, it's gorgeous. So this one is great because it says, stay in your integrity and keep focusing on that trajectory that you want to see yourself going. And even if you don't have all the puzzle pieces and you don't know where everything's going to fit, just keep on following that butterfly, so to speak. Keep on following your intuition, your instinct, and this will help move you in the correct way, like the correct direction. Because if you aren't practicing integrity, it just kind of bumps you off. See, there's Will. Oh, he's so cute. It kind of bumps you off of your. See, there we go. The distractions. They're gonna be at it for a minute, but yeah. So we have to focus and move forward despite the distractions around us. And the love messages here, we have mistakes. So neither party is perfect and have both made mistakes. More information is required as there may be solutions to an argument or a challenge between two parties. Embracing mistakes is learning to let it flow, and it may be possible to heal this situation with two willing parties. So this is really awesome. Hi, Crystal. How are you? Hey, honey. So this is really all about communication. This is about forgiveness. This is about acceptance. This is about accountability and two people working together as a team. So, and maybe this is calling for some inventiveness. Like, how do you actually broach this situation? Where are the solutions found? You might have to be creative and inventive about how you come forward and really clear up. This is a general read, Crystal, at the very end. Usually I will pull cards for people. If you stick around till the end, I just ask if you want a personal card pull, and then they pull them for free. So feel free to stick around till the end for a personal message. So, but if there are two willing people here, there is the possibility for solution, resolution, for peace, acceptance, and to really come to understanding, because it says more information is required. So there's been miscommunication, something. There's been a missed opportunity somewhere within this union, within this partnership. And so, Spirit is really saying, it's not about going, nobody made mistakes. It's about saying, yes, we both made mistakes, and learning to embrace those mistakes, learning to move forward with those mistakes in acknowledgement instead of avoiding them, right? And so message from either party or, each person to the other is, if I could be vulnerable, I would apologize to you. Please forgive my behavior. So, there's difficulty being vulnerable here in terms of coming forward and correcting these past mistakes by making sure that you have peace with this person, that you have done all that you can in this lifetime while you're living and breathing, to make amends, to right wrongs, to come forward and learn to be vulnerable again. So, someone here, maybe each party is saying, along the way, there were mistakes. Along the way, there were opportunities that were missed, and there were chances that were missed because of different paths that were chosen, different actions, behaviors, words that were chosen. But someone is saying, please forgive my behavior. Even if I can't come forward, even if I can't say it, it's because I'm having trouble being vulnerable. It's because I'm fearing rejection or I'm fearing anger. And there's a lot of insecurity at the base of not being able to come forward and apologize, right? Because it does take courage, it does take confidence and strength, and it does take security. Because if you're coming through and apologizing, that's one thing. If you're coming through and apologizing and wanting someone to be in your life, you have to be accountable for those actions, and you have to show up and kind of prove that you are trustworthy, and that when you learn from mistakes, then you don't have to repeat them. But if you don't learn from a mistake, then if you're coming in and there's a lack of trust, then neither party knows if you've learned from the mistakes. You kind of have to show via your actions that you have learned from the mistake. And so let's see the Lovers. There's a lot of musical influence right now. So if you're listening to the radio, if you're listening to a playlist or song, pay attention, because there's telepathy going back and forth between these two lovers. And this card says, your sexiness pulls at my heartstrings and tantalizes me to juicy longing. So you might be having dreams with musicians or music or instruments, or singing more often. Or remembering this kind of like feeling you get, that lightheartedness where you're dancing, you're playing, and you just want to connect. You want to be lighthearted again, because when we go through these shadow cycles, they are the nitty gritty, right? They transform us, they obliterate us, they destroy everything, that we were, so that we could discover all that we are. And this is really, really sweet between the two lovers, because there is this admiration here. There is this understanding between the two that there's a lot of passion. There's a lot of sexiness, like juicy energy, and music of the soul. Like the two of you together, you create music. Like Spirit is saying that this together really does create something beautiful. It is a symphony of the heart. So really positive, beautiful messages here for the union energies. And it's just 11:11 there on the timestamp. So let's do feminine first. Oh, no, they're saying masculine. Okay, so we'll do the masculine first. This is non-binary. And so it is a united energy. As I said in the beginning, take what resonates for you. You could be either, and you are, of course, both, seeing as we have masculine, feminine, and unified parts all within us. So animal totem for masculine energy is cougar. Be assertive. In silence, you find power. Claim your leadership role and take action. You know where to go and what to do. You have the courage and confidence to succeed. So this is really cool, because it's saying that the masculine has had to be silent, had to go within, and be in an energy of less action, more responsibility, more accountability, more, I don't want to say procrastinating, but you might have done that if you went into your head too much, but making conscious and strategic moves, or thinking about what you're going to do. And so this energy is saying now is the time for action. So it is time to come forward, because you have taken the time to look at all the angles and to assess where you are at. So if it's not now, it's coming very soon here. And you are also a leader. So the masculine has maybe had a little bit of trouble stepping into the leadership role because of old confidence issues, insecurities, trust issues, betrayals from the past, and are maybe breaking free from some toxic friendships, toxic, exes, maybe parents, family dynamics, and really stepping out from that family unit and being a leader of your own pack, recognizing and realizing that, this is your life. It's not theirs. And you do have to take accountability and decide with healthy boundaries what you want. And that means that kind of shedding of the people pleasing or looking for approval all the time, and giving yourself approval and validating your leadership skills. If people didn't believe in you, or if they're not rooting for you, then those really aren't your people. So you can take some space from them and decide and choose to go towards your dreams, and to choose people who support those dreams, and who are rooting for you and do believe the best and see the best in you. We've got a little squirrel in the background. I don't know if you guys heard that. So cougar medicine, there is strength in the silence, and then there is also strength in that action and finding your power. So right now, masculine is finding their power. And we have face your fears. Wow. So this is release the power of fear. The masculines, and as a feminine, I've been in masculine and feminine energy. But I can definitely say that this last couple months, existentially, I've been facing so many fears, and not just material fears, like really spiritual fears, like, oh, what if Spirit isn't actually like rooting for me on my side? What if, I am out here all by myself, or I'm crazy, right? Loco, loony. So this is a really beautiful card for the masculine energies, because when you're connecting in with your intuition, you can feel crazy, because there is so much beneath the veil. There's so much beneath the surface that people don't, actively talk about. And it was just 1444 on the timestamp there. And so when you're diving in, if you're used to being very cerebral, analytical, strategic, it can feel terrifying to jump into that realm of the unknown. But you have had this calling you've had this feminine energy about you. And maybe that's why you were ostracized. Maybe that's why you're a black sheep or psychedelic sheep, or outcast, lone wolf, this energy, because you had this deep insight, this deep intuition, because we have the blindfold here. And that means that you can see in the dark. You can see without the eyes. You can see with the third eye. So the masculine is going through this third eye chakra awakening and learning to see through the dark when it looks very bleak, and when all you have is yourself, truly and completely, to believe in yourself, validate yourself, approve of yourself, and give yourself security and your self-confidence that you might have sought elsewhere. So face your fears, masculine. You can do this. You create your own freedom. You create that space to take action. So there's that beautiful pivot point in between all of your thoughts and analysis where you actually decide to take that leap of faith and you jump into action. So it's calculated. It is based on intuition, but you are learning how to do that, how to maneuver with that leadership energy. So the other energy we have, and this is not surprising, to me, the masculine has been going through really dark energy. So we have the 7 deadly sins, humanity's destructive traits. So I'll read them out, but the masculine, I think, has been really seeing all of the toxic masculinity traits within themselves, all of the energies that they were really afraid to actually recognize in themselves. So manipulation, people pleasing, insecurity, right? You might think, oh yeah, I'm so secure, but you never let anybody in, or you don't open your heart, or you're kind of walking a spiritual path, but you don't actually realize or recognize your spiritual bypassing because you're not actually willing to embody some of the energies that you're working with. So you're actually kind of in that energy of hypocrisy in one way, but it's just because you hadn't really jumped all the way in yet, right? You didn't really understand that requires sacrifice first and foremost to actually gain the wisdom and learn the lessons. You have to kind of give up parts of yourself that don't work anymore. So if you're not willing to give that up and you're really fighting that and resisting change at all costs, then you're resisting your own evolution, and therefore you're actually resisting spirit. You're resisting that natural part within you that just desires to be expressed authentically, right? So let's take a look and see what the book says for the 7 deadly sins, because this is the energy that the masculine has been going through. So welcome to the world of human nature. The 7 deadly sins are at the root of all destructive behavior. So a lot of destruction within the masculine. Greed and other negative traits drive harmful human activity that impacts the quality of life on Earth. And we can see this in the greater collective as well, right? Particularly the environment. It is a lack of concern for the preservation of Mother Earth and all these human destructive traits that are leading to the devastation of life on this planet. So the devastation of life on this planet and or the devastation of life within yourself. So really that destructive energy within yourself, it only hurts you, right? Well, it hurts you the most. And so we have sloth, laziness, being physically and emotionally inactive, gluttony, overindulgence in anything to the point of waste, lust and intense desire for physical and sexual gratification, greed, excessive pursuit of material possessions and power, wrath, extreme feelings of uncontrollable anger, envy, discontentment aroused by another's good fortune, pride, excessive self-love, and arrogance. So yes, masculine, holy macaroni, you've had tower moments. You've been working with karmic partners. You've been probably having some terrifying experiences of astral projection and realizing how small you are in the grand scheme of things. And that's when you're looking for control. And that's just part of awakening. That's part of leveling up and ascending and moving to another level. At every level that happens. So I'm not saying that this is some shocking thing for you. It's really not. Anyone that's gone through an awakening has experienced that destruction and loss of the former self. So, but definitely those points there, Spirit is saying, yes, you guys have been going through a lot. You have been clearing a lot and seeing what the result is what does it mean when you choose those, right? Over the more kind of heavenly virtues? What does it give you? So what are you really choosing when it comes down to it, right? Hi, Yazzie love. And so let's clarify again. We have Forsaken. So the masculine has actually been kind of down on their knees, praying for help, praying for light, and maybe forgiveness, very hopeful that they can change this situation around in terms of their own light, their own leadership, their own motivation, confidence, self-esteem, right? Can they turn this around? Can they be who they were born to be? And feeling forsaken in that kind of dark night of the soul, in those 7 deadly sins energy. We also have manifestation. Wow. Okay. So we have both on their knees. So masculine is on their knees in surrender, in destruction, in like, okay, I destroyed myself, basically. How the heck do I fix this? Or how do I move forward from here? Like really figuring out, and that's where we have that cougar medicine, panther medicine, of being in silence to be strategic in how to move forward in their true power, in their true essence, instead of masks and falsity, and out of this destructive energy, like I'm going to destroy everything and push everyone away and burn all the bridges. No, this is more of, okay, okay, I see how my route went. Now, if I listen to my intuition, if I join heart and mind, where can I get? What can I manifest? Am I forsaken? Can we move forward? Can we change this? Can there be a miracle here? Can we evolve this energy? Because I don't want to be in this energy anymore. So the masculine is asking for change. The masculine does not want to do things how they've always done it. So they're manifesting something. They're praying for something too. I mean, both of these figures look like they are, praying. So that's a beautiful message for the masculine, that they have finally surrendered. It's 222 on the timestamp. They finally recognize they don't know it all. They finally recognize, okay, like I've made mistakes. I'm not always right. So that's a really cool energy. And so in terms of love and spirit and heart, this is what's going on with the masculine. Dual vision. At times when you are highly sensitive, it can be challenging to walk in both worlds, that third eye chakra opening up. You may need extra time to dissolve and transmute the energy from a situation, as you are a very deep spiritual being. Sometimes having higher vision feels like a burden. However, Spirit is asking you to trust yourself and move forward with discernment and confidence. So Spirit is really saying, okay, masculine, yes, it is a really intense transition to go from ego and arrogance to spiritual evolution, in terms of, okay, there's something greater than me. And when I listen to my intuition or that something that's greater than me, I actually am serving myself because I'm serving spirit or what is greater than. So yes, you still have autonomy. Yes, you still have free will. However, if you are willing to let go and surrender into that energy and allow the universe to help you, you're going to be able to move between these worlds more easily. And it does take time, but you do have the capability of being a leader, going between the 5D, 3D, spirituality and humanity, basically. Right? So you have something to do here. Don't give up on yourself, masculines. If you fucked up, you can start again. You can start fresh. You can communicate. You can resolve conflict. You can apologize. You can decide that you want to take space from people. You can start a business. You can talk to people that inspire you. You can find ways to motivate yourself and get moving again if you've been feeling stagnant. Third eye power. This is exactly what I was talking about. Masculines are having a huge third eye activation right now. Someone is experiencing third eye activation at this time, and their intuition is blossoming. So dreams, telepathy, that connection, things you didn't see before because you were awake or blind, right? Because we had that facing your fears. You weren't ready to see some of this before. You weren't ready. You were stalling. You were resisting. you were afraid. So that's okay. That happens. It happens to all of us. So you really are moving forward here. This awakening is occurring through changes and upgrades in your intuition. There may be increased signs and synchronicity in your life to reassure you that your communication to the universe is becoming clearer. So you ask the question, you ask Spirit, and Spirit will answer, sending you numerology, sending you telepathy. Some of you do have a twin flame or life mate bond here. And so your connection is going to be very strong, very potent. And part of this third eye awakening, I believe, is connected to this connection because you've wondered, what the heck is this? Like, there's something different here. I've never experienced this before. So what is it? I need to kind of find out. So you are tuning into a different frequency and expanding your perception of the world. So that's pretty big when it comes to transformation and transition. So the masculine third eye chakra awakening, holy macaroni, it's a big one, you guys. You are doing a good job. Keep on focusing on what your accomplishments are. At some point, you have to let the past go in terms of your mistakes as well. If you're lucky, you can apologize to people you've hurt or find that resolution in real time, in reality and 3D manifestation. But if you can't, you can create that for yourself as well. And you can move forward going, okay, what different people saw in me, that was true. I couldn't see it for myself. That's okay. At the time, I wasn't ready. I was incapable, but now I'm capable. Now I'm awakening. Now my intuition is clear. Now I'm seeing things differently. I'm stronger. I am more confident. I'm less insecure. So, keep on moving forward. You know who you are, okay? So if you want to just choose, the 7 deadly sins, and fall into that hole, that is your choice at this point. You have this choice point now where you see the destruction you can create and the cyclical loop that happens there. But you are also seeing at this moment in time that there is an opportunity for change. There's always catalyst moments, pivot moments where you can face those fears and release that power, and then all that power that you're giving to your fears will come rushing back, and you have that power then to move forward, facing your fears, and you actually have the power to turn cowardice into courage, right? So this is what Spirit is helping you with, right? Like moving through your own fears, opening up your intuition, and being, the person that you were born to be. So message to the feminine, or message just in general, from the masculine, I'm focusing on my material stability to feel more secure and confident about myself. So, the material stability is really important. Part of it is connected to like a toxic energy. If it's workaholism, perfectionism, or the priorities are material over connection, spirit, loving yourself, that can be part of the kind of 7 deadly sins, right? So destructive traits. So for yourself if that is a destructive trait for you or not, right? Because we do need to have material security to feel stable, to build that foundation. So it's just as important as our spiritual stability, right? So the masculine is saying, that's what I'm focusing on right now. I'm building up my security. I'm building up my confidence. And that's really, really beautiful. I'm just going to take a sip of water. Okay, so message to the feminine. It's time to bridge the gap. No more distance between us, just skin on skin. So masculine wants to take you on the feminine wants to take this action. Doesn't want to be in the waiting, in the calculating, in the strategy energies anymore. They do want to move. They want to take action, come forward, go on a date, bring skin to skin together, like be passionate, and bridge the distance or the gap between you. So there is this really exciting energy and this possibility of new love, new commitment or renewed commitment, reunion, clarity, communication. We have a crow messenger coming through here. So that's really really awesome. But yeah, there we go. We've got some sexy time, on the masculine's mind here. Not surprising. And then we have, I wish I were on top of you right now, rocking you into sweet oblivion. So definitely having sexual dreams. That drive is there. It's not the soul driving force, though. The masculine does recognize, and this is why they're taking their time a little bit more than maybe they would before, because the third eye power is saying instant gratification is fantastic. However, it will most likely fuck everything up. So they know that focusing on their own stability, their own security first and foremost is what they have to do before they come forward and kind of sweep you off your feet, or, take you on a road trip, or go on a date, or, really treat you to that romantic side or that emotional availability that they didn't have before. So really, really fun messages coming through for the masculine, but very intense, right? Like camping. So they are going through a lot. Give them some props, send them some love. And let's see what the heck is going on with the feminine, because I think the feminine's going through it too right now. So I'm interested to see what the feminine's got going on. Holy Hannah bananas. Let's see. Okay. Dragons, supernatural. You are the ancient wise sage. You can shapeshift at will. Mastery is your destiny. Rise with dignity. So the feminine has fallen. She was also brought to her knees. She was torn down because she also, and this is why they're mirrored energies. They're all one and the same, but we just resonate with certain aspects, over others at certain times. So, she was brought down. Now she's rising. She's ascending again. This new version of herself, more confident, healthier boundaries, more secure, more stable, and really recognizing the value of her gifts, right? And that's part of honoring the masculine coming up with the third eye activation, because the feminine is holding space for that. Because instead of denouncing her gifts, her psychic energies and that kind of thing, now she's going, okay, fuck you all who take advantage of this and or made me feel small. I'm not small. I'm a fucking dragon. I'm coming up. I'm rising up. I'm not going to allow the opinions of others to drag me down, or the closed-mindedness of others to drag me down. This is, we'll say, and I'm not religious, so I don't like to say God-given or these things, but, we all understand what that means to a certain extent. So spiritual gifts, those are a blessing. They can feel like a curse at times, but moving back into this energy of, okay, I am blessed. I can see things other people can't see. I am close to spirit. I do have this special bond, this special connection. And also, the feminine in this energy most likely has known that there is a soul or a life mate, twin flame, soul bond, that telepathy. They understand it. They've understood it. And so they have been an anchor for the masculine coming up and learning how to use their intuition and their abilities. And I do feel like some masculines have actually understood this now. They're going, oh, okay, thank you. Kind of bashfully, thank you for anchoring that energy. And they want to do you justice, or the feminine energy justice, or spirit, the ancestors justice. They want to be the best version of themselves. So you can shapeshift at will. That also means that you can go with the flow more easily now. You understand yourself. So when you shapeshift, you're not putting on a mask. You're being a different version of yourself. You're, showing up how you need to show up in that moment. Mastery is your destiny, suggesting that if you have failed, if you have fallen, if you have wanted to give up, and you kept on going, there's a reason you kept on going, because you persevere, because you are strong, you are courageous, you have this endurance about you. You listen to spirit. When spirit said don't quit, you listened, okay? So you are here, rise with dignity, because you have stood in integrity, all right? And mastery is your destiny. So you are a leader. You're already in that leadership energy, and spirit is going, yes, like we are bringing this forward to a new level. And we also have illusion, embracing the truth. The feminine has really allowed herself to look at things the way they are, and really not fantasize and or change the reality of what is into something different, because she's understood that just creates pain. It creates discord. It creates confusion in the mind, cloudiness, in the mind. So the feminine really is, able to see through illusion, and at the same time is learning how not to engage in illusion and deception. So really trusting her intuition to allow her to move forward in a way that she can see through illusion, see the truth. And that's really challenging when you have really in-depth psychic energy and you're evolving in that way, and the 5D and 3D don't match up, and you can really question yourself. You can really go, okay, like I said, am I loco? Am I crazy? But no, you're learning how to see the truth even more than ever before. So when you have that, bat energy, when you have maybe even shark energy, any animal medicine where they use like sound, sonar, that kind of, echolocation, not using your blatant energy of sight, but your senses, all your senses, to get where you're going. So you're using all your senses now, and you're kind of doing it rapidly in terms of that shapeshifter energy too, because now it's like, okay, I'm listening to my intuition, then I'm going to build on that, whatever it is. And then we have Angel of Miracles. Open your heart and expect a miracle. This is beautiful. We have a little baby here. So I do feel like some of our feminines are maybe possibly first-time mothers, or you are connecting in with the energy of family and motherhood. This is also for the divine masculine too. They're thinking about fatherhood. They're thinking about creating a family here. Am I ready? Am I committed to create a family? And just looking at, the possibilities in terms of commitment and choosing a divine feminine to have a family with. So this miracle could be a child. This miracle could be, part of that connection. And the chick is opening your heart. So with all of this illusion, betrayal, mistrust of self and others, mistakes of the past, learning the hard way, basically, we may have lost a lot of faith, lost a lot of trust, fallen off the path. But Spirit is saying there are miracles, here already, but there are also miracles to come. So if you lost faith in a dream, please begin to feed that or nurture that seedling with energy, again, with positive energy, because there are miracles here. There are angels watching over you as well. And I think maybe for somebody out there, this might, be a message too, that the angels are watching over a wee one that you may have lost. So that one is a very special message for somebody. And so clarifying, we have Make-A-Wish. So here we go. Interesting. Miracles, Make-A-Wish. So maybe we have a lot of feminines here who are wishing, wishing for something. This could be wishing for your divine masculine or feminine, that life partner, that life mate. Maybe you're wishing for that person who you can go the distance with. You can bring a soul into this world. You can be a leadership in that regard, and have a family. But this could be also with regards to business, making a wish. Okay, like I wish this for myself, or I want to see the true possibilities now that I've evolved and moved to a different kind of level in my life. I want to be able to wish again, because before, with that closed heart, you don't think you're worth it. You don't think Spirit is on your side. You don't think the universe is conspiring for you. It feels like everything's against you. You want to close up. You want to hide. You want to run, or just destroy everything because you think it's already destroyed. But it's time to recognize that you still have you. You still have your gifts. You still have your passion. You still have your hopefulness, your energy, whether or not it has clouds over it or not. You can also come forward and make that wish again. So it's time to, remember that you have a lot of power in your own destiny. And we have Earth Guardian. So you are here for a reason. You are here as a guardian of Earth. And sometimes that takes great sacrifice. And you will hit these moments in time where you do have to take solitude you aren't like everybody else. So your life isn't going to look like everyone else's. You might have bouts of time where you're alone, you're single, and you're thinking, why the heck do I have to be single when other people are out there, frolicking and having a good time? Well, there are certain parts to your soul that require you to actually go in, introspect, and take a lot of time for healing and regeneration. That is because of your gifts. That is because of your connection with spirit. So spirit is trying to say to you, you are unique, and part of this unique energy about you is that you are an earth guardian, an earth angel. And sometimes that does require sacrifice and isolation, because then you don't have distractions. You don't have anything picking away at your energy field. And sometimes you need that, because you, as an earth angel or as a earth guardian, will actually give more than enough, right? And that's part of what you've learned in interpersonal relationships, is not to give too much. But in general, you were actually built and designed to give quite a bit, because you have a heart that holds a lot. So that's why Spirit is maybe saying, just hold on, you're an earth guardian. Like, you can make a wish again. There are miracles here. So don't lose total faith or total hope here. And oh, this is awesome. So for the feminine, we have commitment. You are ready to build a strong foundation and put down roots. So there we go again. This is just another energy. If you want to start a family, that energy of commitment, I think there's something around the corner here for you. There is an energy of stability and being clear on what you want. Ensure that both parties are free of commitment fears. And that's why the masculine's clearing their commitment fears, right? And move forward with clear intention and communication. It is a beautiful time to work together towards a happy future. Commitment to yourself and the relationship will bring lovely rewards. So, feminine knows that in order to bring a spirit into this world and the way they want to have that deep commitment. They want to have that stability. They want to have clear communication, healthy boundaries. And then it has to be equal from both sides. Both parties have to want it equally. So listen. Someone has difficulty truly listening and may only be hearing what they want to hear. Listening involves paying attention to words, body language, gut reactions, and subtle energy shifts. It's time to slow down and pay close attention to what a person is revealing through their communication or lack thereof. So there can be silence, on the end here of someone in the feminine's life. They can be in separation, non-communication. And so it's time to actually listen to what that means, because, silence is speaking quite loudly as well. So perhaps that does mean, it's time to move forward and allow your energy to open up to someone new, someone who is committed to the same things that you would like. And, the masculine is opening up their third eye, focusing on themselves, building material stability, working through fears, and learning how to walk between worlds, manifesting something, and really learning to clear these kind of 7 deadly sins energy and taking action. So if the masculine isn't able to take action, towards this feminine who's ready to commit, who might be ready to have a family, she has to listen. She has to listen to the truth there. So silence, if it's what is your intuition telling you? What is your gut instinct telling you, right? What does that silence mean? And so, beneath the silence, what is the message from the feminine side here? I admire your strength and courage. I'm grateful to have received your love. So that's really beautiful. So that's either you speaking to someone or someone speaking to you there, but that's from the feminine side. And then we have, I'm so proud of myself right now that I'm totally content pleasuring myself. So the feminine is in a very independent energy, even sexually. She knows that she can take care of her needs. It might not be exactly what she wants, but she's not going to settle. She's not going to lower her standards, just to get laid, basically. So she is in this really beautiful, powerful energy. And this can be the masculines too, right? Remember, you guys have to use your own discernment here and discretion too. But the feminine here is just like enjoying herself, learning to love herself again, and acknowledging, in what ways she seeks validation or approval through sex or intimacy, and in what way she can still give that to herself, So this is a really awesome energy for the feminine. like, I don't need a man. But of course, this is divine union energy. So even in that energy, it's playful. It's like, come on in, partner. But you better be the king. You better have that crown on. So let's see here. Final message. This is awesome. When I pleasure myself, I think about the way you taste and your touch on my skin. So these are 2 cards about pleasuring yourself. And most of them aren't about self-pleasure. So this is really awesome because I feel like we have the masculine and the feminine, maybe even like thinking about each other when they pleasure themselves, possibly. Or if you have someone in mind, possibly. But at the same time, this can be just the feminine going, okay, like I know I deserve, I put in the work. Now it's just kind of that moment of truth where the masculine or feminine comes into your life and you actually get to bridge that gap like the masculine had and put skin on skin. But before you can do that, you got to self-pleasure and enjoy that. And feeling your power by self-pleasuring, right? Not in a like feeling like you're weak or inferior because you're doing that. You don't have someone to love on or cuddle or whatnot. Yes, that can suck at times, but you're in your integrity, right? Like you're pleasuring yourself. Some people can't do that. Some people don't even know how. They just go from person to person to person to person because they're trying to fill a void, right? And that's instant gratification. That's ego. That's arrogance. That's lust. So the feminine is over that. That's awesome. Right? She's good with pleasuring herself. She's good with standing in her integrity. And the masculine wants to come forward and be like, no. It's time to bridge the gap. Let's put skin on skin. But in order to do that, the masculine has to have the confidence and the courage to come forward. So masculines in this reading and in general, it shows you as initiating. So you have like that confidence, that courage, that leadership skills. That's you taking action. That's you taking the initiative. And we had 4646 on the timestamp, so 1010. That's a message for somebody. All right, guys. So those are the divine feminine, divine masculine, and unity energies. If you want a personal card pull, I will pull one for you. Just say yes, please, in the comments there, and I will pull a card for you. And if you've enjoyed this, please subscribe. It helps me grow the channel. And you can sign up for the notification bell if you want to come online for the next live. I usually do lives and pull cards at the end. So, all right, crystal clear. I'm going to pull one from my Kindred Spirit Love Oracle deck. So these ones you can actually buy online. And the link to that is below in the comments. So this one is for you. And I'll pair that with a message. This is my Soul Whispers deck. Actually, this one. There we go. So that's that one there. And, okay, so crystal clear. Last place. Someone is too focused on others and putting themselves last. This may be someone who resonates as an empath or caregiver. The need to overgive comes from a need to feel validated through giving. You are worthy of receiving too, as there needs to be equal balance in a relationship. It's time to put yourself first. So crystal clear. Another message here is I distracted myself with a karmic partner because I couldn't face my shadow side. So there's a couple energies here for you, crystal clear. There's the energy of overgiving in a relationship and maybe or a work situation. It can be interpersonal or it can be family. But the energy here is, you really putting yourself first, you loving yourself first. And that's awesome that we had, I don't know whether you're feminine or masculine or you resonate as non-binary, but definitely you being confident enough to be like, okay, I'm cool. I really am fine without you. Like, I really am good without you. I don't need you in my life. I'm putting myself first. I'm looking after my finances. I'm looking after my body. I'm looking after my mental health. I'm looking after my spiritual connection to whatever it is that you believe in that's kind of higher than you. And this message coming through, if it's not you, then someone that you really cared about, someone that you maybe disappointed you, they did distract themselves with a karmic partner. And that's kind of the energy of the siren, because we had the masculine energy coming in as with the 7 deadly sins here, it doesn't surprise me that you might have a partner or twin flame that distracted themselves with a karmic, because they needed to learn some lessons, because they probably developed karma with you that they actually had to clear and work through, because Spirit was like, we're not gonna be dragging you down anymore. So you needed to be separate. You needed to be protected from that energy. But there was someone who also had karma to clear out that paired with this person to clear that up and create balance. But they couldn't face their shadows. They couldn't face what was brought up between the two of you. And so they distracted themselves. So now they'll have to make amends for that if they need to. If they hurt you, maybe they didn't, maybe it was fine, amicable, there was truth between the two of you. But in general, put yourself first. Really put yourself first. That means moving forward, not waiting for anybody, putting yourself first in all ways. So that's your message there, crystal clear. So Sally, I'll put these back in the deck just in case they come out again. I'm going to pull from this one too. And I'm actually going to pull from the Fantasy Oracle to clarify yours. Da, 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 da. Okay. So Sally, lack of boundaries. So this is kind of collective message here. There's a lack of boundaries, which has created a loss of power and fear projections. When there are no boundaries, a power dynamic is created. Boundaries are a safe way to protect one's life force, energy, and move away from feeling powerless. So really strong messages of working on those healthy boundaries. So there might be someone at work, maybe, and or just an opportunity coming up for you to flex your boundaries, stand in your power a little bit more, and trying something different, trying a new approach or a new technique at using your boundaries and being assertive. Because you could have been in that, the cougar medicine in terms of being assertive, right? So that might have to be coming forward to use your boundaries more. And we have emotional turmoil coming up for you. So I think this is saying, in the past, the lack of boundaries did create emotional turmoil. And I think something like this came up for you last time. So there's something really connected here to boundaries and maybe even protecting your energy field a little bit just for the time being, so that you can balance out or someone near you can balance out some emotional turmoil so you guys can have a stable foundation moving forward. So boundaries really are required here, because we don't want to feel powerless. So if there's energy of feeling powerless, that's your kind of ball of yarn to follow to see where there's power loss happening. So let's see. So you're feeling it now. Yeah, I do. I don't. Let's see. I'll pull a card from my. Actually, no, I'm not going to use that one. I'm going to pull an animal card for you. Because, all of these messages are for you as well. So it's like, we're not waiting. We're standing in our power. We are self-pleasuring if we have to, instead of going out for instant gratification. We're not going to lower our standards. If you meet someone that's, in your frequency, in your alignment, that's fine. Go get it. But you're not going to be in that 7 deadly sins energy of gluttony, of instant satisfaction, of lust, especially if you're hurting people or, don't want to say it, but like spreading disease and that kind of thing. Like it can bring destruction, and we all know that it is possible. So just be careful, just be aware of the energy that you're creating. So this one is for you feeling it now. We have Raven Shaman. You are the creator and magician. Use your gifts for good. So you have a choice, right? You can focus on the dark side. You can focus on the fear. You can manipulate. You can play. You can strategize. Or you can be authentic. You can use your gifts for good. You can be in a balanced, neutral position. There is power in your wisdom and words. So perhaps you write, you journal. There is going to be clues in terms of what you're thinking, what you're feeling, that are coming forward for you that maybe perhaps in the future you'll put in a book, or you will write a letter, something that will help you use your medicine for good. Connect with the elemental spirits and glide through the void. Claim your place as a keeper of the mysteries. So not all mysteries have to be shared. However, that journaling or writing down your truths, your knowledge, your wisdom can help you use it for good, because it can help you share your truth and your wisdom with others who are struggling. And, this world isn't all about light. It's also shadow, raven, shadow, shaman, shadows. Shamans walk in the shadows. Shamans do not become shamans and have this wisdom by just being love and light and cruising around, having no lessons, no darkness, no loss, no sacrifice. Sorry, no. Good one. So, if you've been through it and you have this energy of darkness within you, it's about using that darkness as a catalyst to bring light and balance into this world. So that's kind of a fun energy for you there. You feeling it now. So I hope actually, Yazzie Love, let's see here. I don't think I did. No, okay. Did I do one for Yazzie? I don't think I did. I think I did Crystal, Sally. You feeling it now? So Yazzie Love, I don't think I did one for you, so I'm going to pull Kindred Love card and a clarifier for you. So hopefully you're still on. All right. Actually, let's do a little sexy message for you. There we go. And a quick clarifier. Okay. And thank you everyone for your donations. I really appreciate it. It's so awesome. If you don't donate, that's fine. Go pay it forward somewhere else. It's all good in any way you know how. But if you do, there is a link on my details there that you can if you like. So, Yazzie, this message is for you. This is a great one. You have new romance. So the energies of new romance blossoming for you. Divine unfolding, divine timing. So divine timing is at play in this situation, and it may be best to wait and watch. To force or attempt to control an outcome is to disregard the flow of the universe. So you might be like wanting to pounce or take action or step into this masculine energy. Stay in the feminine energy. Stay in reception, observation, listen. It says resistance will cause suffering, whereas embracing change will allow things to unfold naturally. So it's like, okay, your action is going to be surrender. So you're still taking action. You're still like in the energy of movement so that you don't feel stagnant or trapped. So look at it that way. It's like, okay, I'm actively choosing the divine unfolding of this. I'm not going to push. I'm not going to, try to force something to happen. I'm going to let the kind of egg or the hatchling come out of the new romance blossom. And the sexy message for you there, Yazzie, is trace my soft lips with your fingers, press your salty skin against mine, and take me for a ride. So when this does come in, it's going to be hot. There's going to be a lot of passion and sexy energy. So, don't despair. It's going to be worth the wait. So those are your energies there, guys. So thanks everyone for watching. It's fun to see new faces, or, so to speak. And I hope you guys resonated with those messages. Definitely wanted to bring through some, love messages for today. So have a great weekend, you guys. I do think there's some really fun, magical energy at play here. So stay open, stay receptive. Masculines, be ready to act on your leadership skills. Feminines, you're doing great. Continue to listen. Continue to get ready for the miracles that are coming into your life. Stay strong and committed to yourself and your purpose. All right, guys, take care, and we will catch up with you next time. Ciao for now. Bye. Ciao.